Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny. Fruit markets apps inside admin users. Inside we need to develop this here. The next screens inside we need to first of all the select here the main category. Categories need to add here with API calls. Need to put here we need to add this here the two text drop downs buttons we need to put here. First one is the select here the main category like here the dry fruits and vegetables. Which category inside we need to add these items, and then after selected so need to give this here the subcategory. We need to selecting here the multiples maybe possibles here. One item inside the multiple category available. That's why I need to put this here the multiple selections UI screens need to develop here. Now first of all, so add screens inside. We need to getting this here the all category list. Need to declare this here the API. Now need to go inside here the globe files like here's, and we need to declare this here the API. Need to copy here's. Already gets here the category list and here main category list. Need to declaring here's already. Now need to copy here's and need to get this here the list of this category. Now we need to write down here the screen. Need to find out here the list API like here. So now we need to copy this here the API callings to do, and we need to go inside item head, and we need to paste this code here, and we need to create here the array list, and we need to set this here the main category array blank, and another list need to develop here category array like this two API need to set here the category array, and another API need to find out here the add category list. Again, so need to copy here for this API, and we need to go inside here the add items and to paste this here this API. Need to set here the list category. You need to set here the selected category. Need to write down here the map object, and need to set this here the API names. Select main cat like here's, and optionals need to declare here's. Now need to save here's, and need to pass it the parameter map parameters like here's, and need to pass this here the parameters. Set here the string and dynamic like here's, into declaring this here the type, and to set this here and to getting this here the this category list. Now we need to creating here the UI. First of all, making starting on this and to call this here the API get list main cat main cat. Change this name like here, and need to call here, and now making here the drop down UI. We need to creating here. First of all, need to copy this here. Select here the main category. Maybe need to set here after and descriptions, and take here the item image before. Select here the main category and another titles. Need to set here the categories like here. Now need to developing this here the UI buttons. Need to put here select category and to save this here and show like this here the main category and categories like this. Now we need to create here the drop down UI. We need to creating here. We need to create here the common widgets for the drop downs. Now we need to go inside here the common widgets, create here the new files and we need to give this here the round drop down underscore down dot dot dots like this creates here the stateless widgets and we need to set this here the round drop downs and import this here the real dependency like this sets. Now we need to set here the some variable declares final string title and after final string maybe need to copy inside the text fields is good. Finish text final dot select here the map optional select well insert the select value. Then after need to give this here the string as a display key name. So need to set here the because need to use this here the map and different so key value need to show. That's why I need to give this here the key names and now need to give this here the final list item array items array like this declare assets here and finals functions and we need to get this here the dynamic types returns here for this function did change like need to write down here and we need to import these parameters we need to setting here now we need to go against we need to this text fields we need to copy these containers and we need to put this UI just like here and to making here the child's maybe title on it because already need to give outsides for this UI. Now need to create here the drop downs. We need to write down here for this here the drop downs hidden underlines. Need to calls child's inside. We need to write down here the drop down button like here's. Now need to control Z on change. Give this here the did change like here's. Items inside. We need to write down here the item array maps call here's and then after need to give this here the item object return this here the drop downs menu item and we need to create here the child text set here also value need to set here the item object semicolon to list like here's and we need to set this here the text item object value for key set here the display key names need to set as we need to get this here the strings if not found then to give this here the colons like here's fix this here the warning, move these parameters like this. Then after we need to give this here the this lines drop down buttons is expanded, so need to write down here the true and set here the hint inside need to give this here the text, create here the hint text, set here the styles, text styles, set here the color, t color, secondary text. Then after we need to set this here the font size, set here the 16, like this. We need to configurations for this UI, set here the comma, and like this sets here and show like this here the creating this UI. We need to configure for this data. Now we need to use this round drop downs inside here the add items, and we need to set here the line lines round drop down buttons. Use this here the hint text. Need to set here the select main category to set here the select and display key names. We need to same as we need to set this here the our UI. We need to check here's main category list, and this cells go here the definitions main cat names. Need to show here this display name, create here the round this, set here the items main cats array, and did change events to write down here the new val like this years, and to set this here the select val is equal to select main cats like this sets, and we need to set here the set state select val. Need to check this years, select main category is equal to new val like here's, and set states, and then after need to again call this here the one API. First of all need to remove this here the list loaders for getting here's, maybe no needs because we need to loading screens also need two needs because we need to calling here the API. So I need two needs. Now need to write down here the service call API calling category list. Pass this here the parameters. Now need to go against here the category list, and we need to check this here the API for the calling like here's, paste this here's, and we need to give this here the new val like here's, remove this here semicolons for this calling here this API and get this data. Now need to save here and show like this here. First of all need to creating here the space need to given for this UI. Now again need to go these definitions, and we need to set this here the padding to configure here paddings const edges insert symmetric horizontals need to give this here the 8, and look like this here the sim need to show this category. Now need to click on back on ads, and to get this here the list to check here. First of all the add this here the main category like here. Why not calling here, maybe set states need to forget. Maybe need to restart hot reloads. I found the issue. Need to not write down here the main category array. That's why I need to like this gets here the errors. Now need to save here back and to again open. Click here, select this here and to get this here the dry vegetables. Look like this here the show for this category and same as now need to create here the multiple selection of this category. We need to creating here the buttons. We need to develop here for the selecting here the multiple category. We need to assigning here for this UI. We need to creating here the multiple selections for this category. We need to give this here the grid selections. We need to providing here. Now need to write down here the UI. We need to making here first of all. Now we need to go inside here the add screens and then after so need to selecting here set here read view binders, set here the silver delegates with the X count, set here the 2, set here the cross spacing. So need to set this here the 8, set here comma control Z, item builders, context indexed, return this here the container decorations box decoration, set here the border. Need to copy some as this UI. And then after need to use this here the cross axis radius. Need to now set here the 0.4 by 1 like this configures. Then after give this here the set here the switches never scroll. Then after need to set here the sync graph. Need to set here the true like here's and item counts. Need to write down here the categories array dot length like here the providings for this UI. We need to set here for configurations are the needs here. Then after we need to save here for this app and show like this data. Set here the height max. Set here the debug colors. We need to configure. Here not dry fruits inside the category availables. Now need to configure here the 0.4 divided by 1. Need to wrong here. Context dot width divided by 2. this set here the 50, increase here 50, and show like this here's maybe deploy like this. Show here's set like this here's, and then after need to give this here the main space is we need to set here the 8. Show like this here, set here the white color like here showing like this category. Now need to create here the child, create here the row like here's. Now need to create button image, maybe we need to set here the icon and dots. Need to give this here the checkbox, check, set here the color, the color, primary colors, size we need to set this here the 20 like this show, and show like this data, maybe increase this here, so need to set this here the 30, maybe 25 is good. Now need to set here the padding, const, edges inset, symmetric horizontals need to set this here the 8 and show like this here. Set here the sized box, give this here the width, set here the 8. Now we need to set here the text, we need to showing here for this UI, and we need to write down here the expand, ref widgets, expanded, expanded like this here. Now we need to getting this here the items there, object is equal to item, maybe category array index of value like here. Now need to copy, need to paste this text here. Now need to set here the get name underscore name and to string, like need to configurations and show this like this data. Need to set here the button regular font primary text and show like this here, and need to give this not center, set here the left, and maybe we need to decrease this here the 8 to 4, also need to change here the 4 and set here 4. So like here's for this UI, maybe need to no needs here the borders, need to remove here these borders, no this here the decorations need to clean and remove here the padding, set here 14 35 like this showing here, and we need to write down here the select get list, select category like this here. Now make sure you need to write down here the calling up there this API. We need to always make sure you need to clean this here the list, select list categories blank here. If you change, then always need to cleanse, otherwise need to getting here the errors. Likes need to set here for this API and creating here the buttons events for this click events or the grid cells. We need to set here tab with here the widgets in well like here's on tab event. Need to call here's, now need to check here's if array select cat contents, and going to give this here the objects counts here means here the remove for this list. Otherwise, need to add here's add this object. Same as select object dot remove and we to give this here the object like here's and if mounts mounted and we need to return here's not return set states. Now need to save here's for this UI and make sure we need to check here the is select functions we need to working goods inside category names checkbox. Now we need to check here where is selected is equal to select gets indexed constraints and objects like this bound is selected and select box. Otherwise, I need to set here the icon check box on select blank box like this sets here and now need to click show like here change this here dry fruits vegetables select here the dry fruits and remove this here. Now this is are the creating here the multiple selections here the category inside the category look like this need to configurations for this UI we need to configure here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any questions, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.